Good evening, everyone. I'm Wendell Jones, and welcome to the platform. On this program, we examine national and sometimes international issues. And over the last several months, we've been concentrating on programs for young people. And, of course, you know of the incidents of crime and antisocial problems that we have with the young people in our country. Well, on our program tonight, we are going to talk about young people and how we can bring about a higher level of discipline and get them to perhaps take a look at the value system that we knew in this country. On our program tonight, we are going to be talking with two young men who are involved in music. Indeed, they have been working with young people in the Bahamas over the last several months, giving them a sense of how to get involved in wholesome activities. Our special guests on the program are Richard Beckford, who is a director of bands, and he is joined today by Sheldon McLean, who is a graduate from Florida A&M University. And Mr. Beckford himself attended Florida A&M University, where he participated in the world-famous Marching 100. He's going to tell us much more about that as we go on in our program. Welcome to our show. Nice to have you here. Don't be shy. Godfrey Innes is here as usual. Nice to have you here, Mr. Innes. Mr. Beckford,
yes.
You are Bahamian, aren't you?
Yes, most of me.
Most of you.
Yes.
Okay, from what? From your head to your ankle?
The inside.
Okay, the inside.
The inside. My wife is a Bahamian native, and she's my better half, so that makes me my better half Bahamian.
Okay.
Yes.
You have been at Florida A&M, and you graduated from Florida A&M.
Yes.
And as I said just now, you were in this group called Marching 100.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The world-famous Marching 100, the best band in the history of bands. Wonderful experience for me. Changed my life, gave me values, and allowed me, more than anything, to really understand the strength that I have on the inside. When you make the Florida A&M University Marching Band, you've discovered some things about yourself that you didn't know before. I know military men who've been in the United States Marines that said, "Oh, that'll be nothing." And then when we tried for the band together, they were saying, "This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life." So me being able to accomplish making the Marching 100 and becoming the leader in the band and doing the things that I was able to do really empowered me to do whatever it is that I wanted to do in life. I felt if I wanted to become a doctor, if I wanted to be an attorney. I was an architecture major when I first got to FAMU, and through the inspiration of Dr. William P. Foster, who was the founder of the Florida A&M University Band, he saw something in me, and he said, you know, you're going to be an inspiration to other kids. You have the ability to motivate. And he whispered that to me one day in practice, and he said, "You really should think about changing your major to music. I think you're going to have a bigger impact on this world if you became a director." And I thought he was just, you know, trying to motivate me in that direction, but as time went along, I understood where he was coming from, and I've embraced the gift that God has given me to motivate young people. Sheldon McLean, who was a product of that, is one of those kids that his mom said, "The pastor can't get through to him, uncle can't get through to him, no one can get through to him. Will you help me?" And I didn't do anything special except just make sure he played that instrument and upheld the standards and motivated him. And I've seen a remarkable change in this young man. I'm so proud of him. He's gone from being a knucklehead, lazy, complacent young man all over the place to being a very structured, very empowered young man that feels. We were talking today on the flight over. He feels like he can do anything. He said, I'm just trying to figure out what field I want to go into, because I'm going to do great whatever I do." And he's demonstrated that with his academics at Florida A&M, becoming one of the percussion section leaders at Florida A&M. And what he's done even here when we visited, the kids have gravitated to him. They're learning from him, and I just see the confidence. I always tell, if I can say so, I always tell a young man in my band that supreme confidence is so sexy to girls.
Is that right? All right, let me run a test on him. What has the band done for you?
Well, really, the band, I use it more of a tool, you know. music is my recreation. So in the times where I didn't know what to do with myself, I always found myself in mischief. But you know, when you have music and you can do something like join the Marching 100 at FAMU and you can climb the ranks. I came in as a freshman and climbed the ranks to being a rank sergeant, and then now the section leader. You know, it gives you something to do. You know, so outside of your studies, you know, you have something to look forward to, and it builds you as a person.
So what do you do in the band itself?
I play the snare drum as well as the melodic percussion instruments. I'm pretty much a diverse percussionist throughout a couple of ensembles at the university. But my main instrument is the snare drum.
And what are you majoring in?
Healthcare administration.
Okay, so and you eventually want to be working in a hospital?
Well, you know, as part of the issue, you know, I want to be working in medicine. And there's the administrative side of medicine, and then there's the clinical side of medicine. And right now, I have an opportunity to go into the clinical side of medicine, the administrative side of medicine, or even the litigation part of medicine, going into law. So, you know, in the next couple of months, I have to be making a couple of decisions to see where my career will really go.
Okay, Beckford, he passed the test.
Okay. Thank you.
Duffy?
Mr. Beckford.
Yes, sir.
What are some of the core values that you learned in the Marching 100s?
The most important core value was the development of character. The development of character in that integrity, honesty, discipline, self-control, service to the community, doing what you're supposed to do when no one's looking, having a desire to do that, and to be an inspiration to those who look onto you, knowing that people are going to be inspired by you one way or the other, but wanting people to be inspired in a positive way because of the things that you do. That is what I learned being a part of the Marching 100, being a leader in the Marching 100. I saw that I influenced people one way or the other, and I've had the misfortune of misleading people when I made a bad decision, and I didn't like the way that turned out. And I also had the fortune of leading people in the right way, and I liked the way that felt. I liked the response, and I gravitated towards that, and I patterned my life through that experience.
Sheldon, for the benefit of our viewers, tell us the routine. You go back to Florida and Tallahassee, but 2 weeks before the semester begins, and you're getting ready for the season. Tell them the routine that you go through.
Well, it's a rigorous routine, a lot of physical things, a lot of running, push-ups, building upper body strength, and also your musical development, you know, getting back into the routines of playing your horn, you know, your instrument, getting back used to being out there in the sun. You know, our rehearsal starts at about 5 in the morning. We go on till about 11 at night, sometimes 1 in the morning, just to get back up the next morning and do it, you know. And then you have to add on the freshmen to us. So they have to learn, you know, they learn probably a week or so before the upperclassmen come back. When the upperclassmen come back, we join them and we kind of try to usher them into the routine of the overall ensemble.
So you really go through almost a program like the football players.
You know what? I don't think the football players could do what we did.
Absolutely.
Tell me, Beckford, well, music is something that you are using,
Yes.
To better socialize young people.
Yes.
And tell our listeners and viewers why music, because some people believe sports is a way of doing it. You are doing it through music.
Yes. Music is a powerful industry, and it's a powerful tool in that it also academically builds you. A lot of people don't understand that when you're a musician, you're actually engaging both sides of your brain. You have to use the left side, your psychomotor side of your brain, simultaneously with the cognitive side of your brain in order to be able to look at that music, identify it, incorporate it, interpret it, and then simultaneously have your fingers do exactly what it's supposed to do. Your breath, your support, your structure, actually demonstrate and perform that music simultaneously while you're looking at it. That's higher level thinking. Students who are able to read music and interpret music score higher on SAT tests, and there are numerous studies that validate that statement. My students, I've had thugs, drug dealers, gangbangers, class skippers join my band, and I've embraced them all because we have to go where the kids are. First thing the kids need to understand is that you love them. The thing about band is it forms a family atmosphere, a thing that a lot of our kids are missing now. You know, me being a male, I have to always understand that I have to be a role model to all the students, not just the young ladies, but the gentlemen as well. And the band provides that family atmosphere. My standard of excellence for the students, provides that motivational tool. The love and the passion that I demonstrate for them gives them the hope that no matter what I do, someone's there to support me. And when you have a former drug dealer become a doctor or a neurosurgeon, that's a very, very motivating thing. That's a very inspiring thing that makes you understand the power of what the band. It's not just the music, it's the band. It's the structure of the band. It's the coming together of different minds and on one accord and producing one performance with all those different facets and personalities. That's how we build unity and get kids to understand that although we're different, we all can come together and accomplish one goal.
This is the platform, and we are speaking today with Richard Beckford and Sheldon McLean, and he is here in the Bahamas assisting young people. Richard Beckford is. We take this break and we'll come right back.